So please write your name, section, college. Okay, we'll start. So what is a capacitor? If I ask, then it is a, please write down everything that you see. Okay, it is a conductor, or it could be a system of conductors. System of conductors which will store charge. Which will store charge. Okay, so what is a capacitor? It is a device, okay, which is a conductor basically, or it can be many conductors also, which is basically used to store charge. Why you want to store charge? Why you want to store charge? By the way, why should we should on our video? It's up to you. Okay, now let me say some few rules, okay, before we continue. First thing, when I ask something, you try to answer. Unnecessarily don't keep chatting in the chat box, like, you know, yes sir, understanding sir. No need for that. When I ask you that this question, what would be the answer, like that, then you try to answer. And when you answer, if you think you are repeatingly you are answering, okay, you are the only one who is answering all the time, then try to stop for some time. Let others also, you know, participate. Let others also think and answer. Some of you are very smart, I know, so you will be, you know, knowing all the answers most of the time. So try to control your, you know, eagerness, and let others also think, and let them also participate, and let them also answer. In the chat box, unnecessarily let us not waste time chatting, because I want you to write things. So if you are writing, then how will you chat also? You chatting, writing, that will not happen. So when I ask you something, that time you please answer. Otherwise, please do not waste time chatting in the chat box unnecessarily. Okay, students? So I hope it is clear. So let us continue. Okay, so what is a capacitor? A capacitor is a conductor or a system of conductors which is used to store charge. Later you will come to know, if you are storing charge, then you are also storing energy. You are also storing energy. So sometimes people say it is a device used to store energy also. Either you can write charge or you can write energy. It is up to you. Now the next question is, why I want to store charge? Well, it is like saying why you want to store water. I want to store water because sometimes I want to drink later also. Yes or no? I don't want to drink the whole water which is available right now. Later also I may need it. So similarly, if you have seen some cameras, they will have flash. So there will be a battery inside which will charge a capacitor. Then when you click, that charge will get discharged. So when you are charging it, you are storing the charge. The battery will store the charge where? On the capacitor. Then if you do something, then that charge will discharge through some bulb, and that time the bulb will glow. Momentarily. Okay, so that is one use of capacitor. So it can be used in flash of cameras. Later you will come to know more, but right now just I wanted to tell you why we are interested to store the charge. Okay, Deepika A, before last class also you had the same problem, unable to hear, like that. Salman, Ayesha, Carmel, okay, sir can't hear. My audio is clear, okay. So again I'm telling you, those who have joined late, you have to click while joining, you have to join through the audio. So click the screen, go to the left, there will be a speaker button, click that speaker button and unmute yourself. Fine, students. Otherwise, instead of physics, I'll be discussing you how to on the audio only. Okay. Please mention this, all of you. And I was telling you before what? Before that, with the help of battery, we can store charge in the capacitor. Then we can later discharge. Later we can use it. And how fast we can use that also we can control. How fast means at what rate you want the charge to come. That also we can control. Okay, so later we will study many things about this. It's very interesting topic. Okay. Unable to see complete board. Huh? Why you have to see whatever I've written? No. Complete board, why you want to see? I hope it is fine now. Ayesha, again, Ayesha is saying, can't hear anything, sir. At least you write down for the time being. Okay. Fine. So what is a capacitor again? It is a conductor or system of conductors which will store charge. And when you store charge, you are also storing energy. That we will discuss later. And one example, one application, if they ask, you can write flash in cameras. Okay. Fine. Now let us think, how are we exactly going to do that? How are we going to put charge? So imagine you have some conductor. This is some conductor, okay? Now, if you put charge on this conductor, Sanjana, you, Nayak is giving some help. Click on icon on download left side of your screen and unmute it. Yeah, thank you, Sanjana. Okay. Can you give another many examples will come. Asia. Okay, one example for the beginning is good. Okay, later you will see more examples. So how are we going to put charge on a conductor? The first thing important, which many people don't discuss, is you have a conductor and the surrounding medium should be insulated. Should be insulated. That is important, okay? And this insulating medium is also called dielectric. Dielectric. Okay, students. So why it should be insulated? It is very simple why it should be insulated. Suppose you are putting some charge. Since it is conductor, from previous chapters you know that the charge will spread on the outer surface. The charge will spread on the outer surface. And you want this to be insulated so that the charge doesn't go to the ground. If this is also conductor, no, then you will not be able to store charge only. Whatever charge you put, that will go to the ground continuously. So you don't want that charge to keep going to earth. So you want the surrounding medium to be dielectric. So keep this in mind. Many times this is not given importance. So I want you people to understand that the surrounding medium should be dielectric. And since it is not a sphere, the charge may not spread uniformly, remember. If it is a sphere, then the charge will spread uniformly. Okay. Fine, so keep this in mind. So this is how we are going to put charge on a conductor which is in a dielectric medium. So before we continue about capacitor, we have to learn about this dielectric. We have to learn about this dielectric. Sir, your is talking. Huh? Your is talking means video you are talking. Anyways, so look here. Now this charge, what it will do in its surrounding space, it will create electric field. If it is a sphere, you know the electric field will be very simple. Radially outwards. Radially outwards. Here it will be more difficult to draw, but you know it should be perpendicular to the surface. Okay. So it should be perpendicular to the surface in this case. It's quite difficult to draw for every point, but for sphere it is very easy to draw. And in exam purpose, they will ask you spheres only. So there will be electric field in the surrounding medium. Okay, students. So this electric field, how it will affect the dielectric, that we will spend some time studying. Okay, so we will come back to capacitor, how to charge capacitor and all those things. But first we will study what effect this electric field will have on dielectric. So the first session, in this session, we are going to talk about effect of, you can write the topic, effect of electric field on dielectric. Now, there are two kinds of dielectric that we usually discuss. Dielectric medium, there are two kinds. One is called non-polar and one is called polar. Okay, so non-polar dielectric medium and polar dielectric medium, two kinds we have. Now, everything in the world is made up of what? Atoms, right? Everything in the world is made up of atoms. So this medium is also made up of atoms. Yes or no? Atoms. Or sometimes it will be molecules also, right? Now inside the atoms or in the molecules, what we will have? Chiranjeevi, lag is there means your internet connection is a little weak. So that will happen. See, this is not a perfect. See, so first you have to understand one thing. This is not a perfect classroom kind of environment. So little adjustments here and there we have to do. If you are not able to hear the audio, please follow what Sanjana U Nayaka has told. Okay, she has written in words also. So please read that and follow that. Chiranjeevi, if it is lagging, if you wait for some time, probably it will again become smooth. Okay. Can others who are looking at the video, is there any lag? For everybody, if there is lag, then there will be a problem. Others, can you tell me? Is it fine? Vishal, Atar, it's fine. Okay. Fine, fine. No lag, sir. Fine. So Chiranjeevi, since everybody is saying no lag, probably your side, the internet connection is little weak. So wait for some time. Fluctuations happen. No, random errors we have studied in first view. Random errors. So because of some random fluctuations, it will happen here and there. So just wait for some time. It will smoothen out. Okay, come back. So dielectric medium we have two kinds. One is non-polar, one is polar. How to know the difference? See here. Every medium is made up of atoms. Inside the atoms, we will have what? Negative charge, positive charge. Correct, na? In physics, we study atoms in very late we will study in physics. But I know from school, from chemistry, you have some knowledge about atoms and all. So inside the atoms, we have negative charge, which is carried by electrons, and positive charge carried by protons. Now, it depends on whether the medium will be polar or non-polar or polar, depends on how this negative charge and this positive charge is distributed, how it is distributed. If it is symmetrically distributed means, imagine this is the positive charge and negative charge is very nicely symmetrically distributed here. This is the negative charge, let's say, okay, which is carried by the electrons. This is what we call electron cloud or something, okay. But again, later we will be studying these things. But you know that there will be in atoms, there will be negative charge and positive charge. If the negative charge and the positive charge are symmetrically distributed in the sense that the center, where is the center of this plus here? Where is the center of this minus? Here only. So the centers, okay, let me rub this part now. Okay, make a note if you are writing quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if the centers of negative charge and positive charge, if it coincides, then what will be the dipole moment? Electric dipole moment. Can anybody answer quickly? If the centers of negative charge and positive charge coincides, what will be the dipole moment? Electric dipole moment. I hope you remember the definition. Shri Gauri, very good. Yogita, very good. So how it is done? Okay, by the way, again, one more thing. Sometimes I'll ask questions like this and some of you will answer, some of you, and I will be telling very good like that. So others may feel, why we are not good or what like that. So that time don't feel bad, because I know some students know they don't want to answer unnecessarily. So if you are not answering also, it is okay. However, if you have doubt, if you don't know why it is 0, then you have to ask me. Is it clear, students? If you don't answer also, it is okay, because few students will be answering. However, if you don't know why it is the answer, why sir is saying this is the answer, if you don't know, then you have to ask. Okay. So why is the dipole moment 0? See, minus q here plus q here, and this is the negative point charge, positive point charge. What was the dipole moment? Q into distance between the negative charge and positive charge, right? Now, if this and this, if the center of these two coincide, then this L will be 0. If L is 0, dipole moment will be also 0. So, in the case of non-polar dielectric, the individual molecules, the individual molecules or individual atoms will have dipole moment 0. Make a note quickly. Here it is not like that. Here, if the center of positive charge is somewhere here, center of negative charge will be somewhere here. So the distribution may look something like this. If this is the new positive charge, the negative charge may be more distributed like this here. So where is the center of this negative charge? Somewhere here, right, students? So there is a gap between them. So in polar, the centers of negative charge and positive charge do not coincide, which means they will have some dipole moment which is not 0. They will have some dipole moment which is not 0. Okay. They will have some dipole moment which is not 0. Individual atoms I am talking about. Okay, students. So what is non-polar dielectric? It is a medium consisting of molecules or atoms which will have 0 dipole moment. And here they will have non-zero dipole moment. So when you show a polar molecule, usually people will draw something like this. Here negative charge, here positive charge. The diagram is not important, but there should be some gap. Okay. And where is the direction of dipole moment? From minus q to plus q. So this will be the direction of the dipole moment. Okay, fine. Take a note quickly. Fine. Now they will ask you two differences. You mention these two. One this, one. Okay. Now let us study how electric field will affect non-polar and polar medium. How electric field will affect external electric field. So effect of electric field, external electric field on, first we'll start with non-polar medium. Yeah. So effect of external electric field. Now let us assume this is my non-polar medium. In non-polar medium, what happens? I told the center of plus and minus will coincide. So this is your individual atoms, let's say. So like this, everywhere I have to draw. No need to do that. Just try to understand. Actually, the plus and minus will coincide. Okay, coincide. So if I draw plus here, minus I should draw here only. But if I do like that, no, it will be not be visible. So that is why what I am doing is I am showing plus slightly up, minus slightly down. So each atom will have centers of plus and minus at the same point. Okay. Now suppose I apply external electric field. This is external electric field. Let us write it as E right now, no problem. Or let me write it as E naught. So what is E naught? External electric field. Already you people know what will happen now. See, understand, this is not conductor. This is not a conductor. So don't tell all the free electrons will move opposite to electric field, because there are no free electrons only. This is not a conductor. This is a dielectric medium. Dielectric medium means what, students? Insulating medium. So the electrons are not free here. There are no free electrons. However, what will happen is, because of this electric field, this plus charge will slightly displace this way, minus charge will slightly displace this way. Why it is like that? Because this electric field, if I show this side, then it is very clear there must be some source charge, positive source charge like this. Some positive source charge. So these plus charges in the atom will be repelled by this plus, and this minus will be attracted. Actually, you should not understand this way. Okay, you should know by now that if electric field is here, negative charge will feel force opposite. Positive charge will feel force in the same direction. So what will happen now is the plus and the minus will separate. plus and the minus will separate. Plus will be displaced right side, minus will be displaced left side. In the case of the diagram, if you want to understand, if this is the nucleus and this is the electron cloud, when you apply electric field this way, the electron cloud will shift this side. And nucleus is very heavy, right? It is very heavy. So it will be hardly shifted. Solfa, it will be shifted. Little bit it will be shifted. So you can see the center of this negative charge is now separated from the center of the positive charge. Okay, students? So this will happen everywhere. This will happen everywhere. So the end effect, what effect? The end effect is what? This side of the dielectric will be positively charged, you see. And this side will be negatively charged. Okay, students, so the end effect, if I draw it properly now, after rubbing this. So something like this will happen. So this is plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Before, when you apply electric field, this plus will shift here. This plus will shift here. This plus will solfa shift here. And this plus will shift here. So what will happen is this side will be negative, this side will be positive. Inside it will be still neutral, but one side of the dielectric will be positively charged, one side of the dielectric will be negatively charged. So when you apply external electric field to a dielectric medium, right now I took what kind of dielectric medium? Non-polar. What did I find? This side it will be positively charged, this side it will be negatively charged. Okay. If you change the direction, then it will be ulta like that. Okay, nothing to worry. If electric field is this way, positive charge will go that side, negative charge will come this side. Either way, what will happen now? Look carefully. This side is plus, this side is minus. So you know there is electric field is directed from where? Positive to negative. So because of these charges, which are also called induced charges, there will be one more electric field in the opposite direction of this external electric field. This is your external electric field. So please understand, this electric field which I am showing with red color, this is due to these induced charges, which was not there before. It has come because you applied external electric field. So the charges are separated slightly, because of which there will be one more electric field, which I will write EI. I stands for induced electric field. So what is EI? Induced electric field. Sometimes they also say polarizing electric field. Polarizing electric field. Why polarizing? Is because this process of separating the charges, is also called polarization. We will come back to that later. Okay. So now this is something I hope everybody understood, right? Okay. Now let us understand what will happen if I apply external electric field to polar medium. So let us say I have a polar medium, dielectric medium. In polar medium, what I told, I will increase the font size. In polar, but you try to see with full screen. Don't keep chat box open and you see with small screen. Then it will be not, the size will not be big enough. Okay, if you have a polar medium, then what I told, individual atoms will have dipole moment. So individual atoms will be shown like this. However, naturally, they will be oriented in some random fashion. I will be asking you, or maybe you can ask me why like that. But first, let me draw some of them. Let me draw like this also. Many will be there. How many will be there? 10 to the power 23 like that. So I will not be able to draw all of them, right? Yeah. So now, why do you think? Okay. Why do you think these dipole moments are oriented in this order way. See, if I ask where is the dipole moment of this molecule, it is this way, -2 plus. This one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, like that. Why do you think it is randomly oriented? Can anybody tell me? Think, no problem. Why do you think these molecules have dipole moment oriented in random direction? Why it is not all pointing in the same direction? No, net dipole moment has to be 0. Abhishek, this is the result of this. This is net dipole moment has to be 0 is the result of this. I am asking why is this happening in the first place? Why this is happening? What Abhishek is saying, Abhishek sir, I thought, okay. What Abhishek is saying is correct only. If I ask what is the dipole moment of the whole system, then it is 0. Why it is 0? Because this vector is this side. One more vector will be in opposite direction, maybe this one. So these two will cancel. So total dipole moment will be 0. So total dipole moment of all the molecules, if you add, you will get 0. Because of repulsion due to similar charges and attraction due to dissimilar charges. Ayo, no. Because of the net dipole moment is on one side. How it is one side like that? What do you mean by net dipole movement is one side? Right now I have not applied any electric field. Right now I have not applied any electric field. Okay. Let me ask a different question. If you take a container and you have molecules of gas in the container, are they moving all in one direction or are they moving in random direction? Ankita, forget this question. We will discuss some other question now. Suppose you have a container and you have molecules inside. Are they moving in same direction or random? Random. Very good. Obviously, it is random. That's why it doesn't matter where you make the hole. Wherever you make the hole in the container, the gas will come out. Correct now? So that means it is moving in all directions. Okay, so very good. Everybody knows the answer. So now my question is why they are moving in random directions? What will increase the randomness? Why it is random? Understood by random. Now my question is why it is random? Good. So the answer is collisions. Kirti is saying fine, but why collisions are happening? No one is using that word. Suppose you have ice. Okay, another question. Come, this is nice. No, this is like live class now. Otherwise, till now it was no. I was teaching in YouTube without knowing whether you people are understanding or not. So let us again ask one more question. Suppose you have ice. Torque, how it will act, Amina? Torque will come later. Let me apply electric field. I have not applied electric field. Amina, formula for torque is P sine theta. If you have not seen this formula, please see my old videos. So there is P. I know every dipole has P, but external electric field I have not applied till now. If electric field applied is 0, torque is 0 right now. So right now there is no torque. Molarity, chemistry. Also today you were taught chemistry, no? In the morning, that's why molarity you are saying. Okay, next question. Suppose you have ice and then I have water. Ice, water. Which is more random? Where molecules are moving more randomly? Water. Otherwise you will again start answering. Now Rohan, answer me. Why did the ice become water? What if you do ice becomes water? Very good. Finally, one boy called Hemant has answered. Internal energy is correct. Pressure is not correct. Answer is temperature. So because of temperature, okay, so because of surrounding temperature, these dipoles will never be oriented in the same direction because temperature always results in randomness. Temperature always increases the randomness. And those who know about entropy, you already know that the universe likes disorderness more than orderness. Universe likes disorderness more. That's why in the morning, you comb your hair nicely. It will be very good. Then by the time evening you come back home, your hair will be everywhere, this side, that side. Matlab, the disorderness increases by itself. Nature likes disorderness more than orderness. Doesn't mean we cannot increase the orderness. We can, but we have to do work. We have to set. If you don't do any setting, if you leave the system to nature, the disorderness will always increase. So it is because of the entropy, or you can say temperature, that this system will have dipole moments which are in random direction. Okay. So right now, what is the total dipole moment of the system? 0, because individual atoms have dipole moment. No doubt. But since it is randomly oriented, total dipole moment, since it is vector quantity, will cancel. This vector will cancel with some vector this side, maybe this one. This will cancel with some vector. Let me draw now. What is this one? Because there are so many, no? There are 10 to the power 23 of them. So there will be always one molecule whose dipole moment will be opposite to another molecule. So total dipole moment will cancel out. So total dipole moment is 0. Now we will apply electric field. External electric field. Super. Let us call this E0. Now try to remember what I have taught before. If you apply electric field to a dipole, what does the dipole experience? Something called torque. Remember, right? So if you have a dipole like this, minus plus, and you apply electric field like this, plus will feel force this side, minus will feel force this side. Because of this, if this is feeling force this side, opposite is feeling force opposite direction, then it will rotate. So it will experience a torque. So due to torque, all these dipoles will start aligning in the direction of electric field. Okay, students. So once you apply the electric field, because of the torque, the system will look something like this now. So if this is your polar medium, once you apply electric field, external electric field, E0, all these dipoles will arrange like this now. Minus here, plus here, minus here, plus here, minus here, plus here. Like that you can draw for all of them. Why this one I did not show like this? Few of them, all dipoles will come into stable equilibrium. Fantastic, Tanuj, okay, very good. So all these dipoles will try to come in stable equilibrium. So they will try to turn in the direction of electric field. Okay, students. Now, why some of them will not is because, again, I told you there will be some surrounding temperature which will always fight. It will always fight with the orderness. So this will always try to create some disorderness, this temperature of the surrounding. However, the end result, you see, this side is now positive, this side is negative. Yes or no? See, this side is plus now and this side is minus. Okay, students. So what did you learn from here? What you learned is, when you apply electric field, okay, when electric field is applied to polar or non-polar, I don't care, what will happen is opposite faces. If electric field is applied here, opposite faces will be charged this way. So if electric field is this side of the dielectric will be positively charged, this side of the dielectric will be negatively charged. Okay, because of which, and this process, by the way, is called polarization, dielectric polarization, and because of this, one more electric field will come, EI, which I wrote before. In some books they write EP. So whichever symbol, it doesn't matter. So what will be the net electric field now? Net electric field inside the dielectric. Inside the dielectric, what will be the net electric field? E, let me write. So this is E naught. So E naught is this side. EI, which is due to these charges, is opposite side. So total will be E naught minus EI, or let's say EP. So either you can add EP or EI. Okay. Now look here. If it was conductor, then conductor has no problem with free electrons. Many free electrons are there. So free electrons will keep coming. So this electric field, which is due to these charges, no? So as electrons will keep coming, this side will become more negative. This side will become more positive. So this electric field will keep increasing till this and this will balance. Once this balance, what will be electric field? Then electric field will be what? 0 for conductors. And this concept already you know from the previous videos. Okay, so please make a note. Again, I am saying, students, make a note, then only you will not feel bored. Otherwise, very soon you will get bored. Fine. So for conductors, why this becomes 0? Because in conductors, we have free electrons. So they will keep coming till this electric field will balance this electric field. But right now we are talking about what? Dielectric medium, which is a what kind of medium? Insulating medium. So inside dielectric medium, electric field will be E naught minus EP. So external electric field outside is E naught. Electric field in the medium, is reduced like this. This is due to polarization. Okay. So we would like to find the ratio of this ratio. Okay. So we will divide electric field. Sorry, we'll take the other way. It doesn't matter actually. So electric field external divided by electric field in medium. What will be the unit of this? Anyone quickly? No time. Anyone can answer. Once one answers, others can stop. Tejaswini, 1 minute means you want me to stop for 1 minute. It will have no unit. Very good. Because this is electric field. This is also electric field. Electric field minus electric field will be electric field only. Mangoes minus mangoes will not give apples. Okay. So now look here. So this is a dimensionless number. So why don't we give some name to this? So this name we will write as K. And this K, students, is something you already know. This guy you have seen before also. This is what we call dielectric constant. Dielectric constant. And now you can tell me, for any dielectric medium, this K will be greater than 1. Why will be greater than 1? Because numerator is more than denominator. Okay. Make a note of this. Now, I told you, when you apply external electric field, so when you had a polar dielectric, the dipole moments were in random direction, right? So total dipole moment, or let me write net dipole moment, was 0. But when you apply electric field, then these dipoles will start turning in the same direction like this. So when that happens, the dipole moment of this will increase. So we will define something called, very important for 1 mark, dielectric polarization. So what it is equal to? Net dipole moment per unit volume. Net dipole moment per unit volume. Matlab, take some volume, see how many dipoles are there, find the total dipole moment per unit volume, divide by volume. So this quantity we write capital P. Okay, students? So what is dielectric polarization? Quantity P, total dipole moment of some volume of a medium, divide by the volume. Everybody spend 2 minutes time finding the SI unit of this. I think 2 minutes is too much. 1 minute. Everybody think of the SI unit of dipole moment. Yeah, if you have got the answer, please message it. Coulomb per meter square. This is dipole moment, okay? Dipole moment. Be careful. This is not charge. So let us see. So unit will be what? Numerator is what? Dipole moment. What was the definition of dipole moment? Q into L. Or sometimes I used to write Q into 2A. So Q is Coulomb. Distance is meter. Divided by volume is meter cube. So it will be Coulomb meter square. Coulomb meter square. So 1 mark question for your board exams. Make sure you write. Remember, don't forget. So unit is Coulomb per meter square. Coulomb, not, oh sorry, I forgot to write per. Coulomb power, meter power -2 you can write. Coulomb per meter square. Okay. Now, let us wait for some time. Let us revise quickly. If you have a polar or non-polar, total dipole moment will be 0 for both of them. Right? Non-polar means what? Each atom has no dipole moment. If each atom has no dipole moment, total system also will have no dipole moment. In non-polar, individual atoms have dipole moment, but they are oriented in random way because of temperature, thermal temperature. Therefore, total dipole moment is again 0 for both of them. However, when you apply electric field, what happens? I told, they start, those which have already dipole moment, it is a vector quantity like this. So when you apply electric field, they start feeling a torque. Because of the torque, they rotate in the direction of electric field. Some 6 of them are raising hand. Why they are raising hand? Good only. Okay. So because of the external electric field, these dipoles will turn in the direction of electric field. So the dipole moment will now increase of the system. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because initially it was 0. Now why it was 0? Because they were in random direction. Now they are coming in the same direction. So the dipole moment will increase. Once all of them will come in the same direction, that is called saturation. After that, you will not be able to increase the total dipole moment. So initially what will happen? Total dipole moment per, let us use small letter, per unit volume. What we are calling this? Polarization. Dielectric polarization, right? So it is very sensible. It is very sensible to say this polarization must be proportional to the external electric field. Yes or no, students? What do you think? The total dipole moment should be proportional to the external electric field? Yes or no? Why? Because when you increase the electric field, more and more dipoles come in the same direction. So this dipole moment of the system will increase, right? So before they were in random direction. So what was the total dipole moment? 0. Now what will happen once we apply electric field? This will turn like this. So once both of them are in same direction, total dipole moment will be 2p. This is p, this is p. Here total will be 0. Here total will be 2p. Why 2p? Because they are in same direction. So they will add. So it is very clear that the total dipole moment, therefore the polarization will be proportional to the external electric field. When I write equal to some constant, I should write that constant is called, this symbol we write. Anyone knows the name of this symbol? I'm not asking the physics name. For example, when I write F equal to ma, what is the name of this symbol? In physics, it is mass, but in English, we call it m. So do you know what is this is a Greek alphabet. Anyone knows the name of this symbol? Let me check. Oh, this is called chi. Okay, chi. So this is chi e. But in physics, we are using it for denoting ratio of this polarization by this electric field. And what we will call it? We will call it something called, very nice name it is. Listen carefully. It is called electric susceptibility. Susceptibility. I will explain. Don't worry. First, you write the name. So this ratio P by E is a constant which depends on the medium. Yes or no? Because how fast the dipoles will come in same direction will depend on the medium, right? So this depends on the medium, and that ratio we call electric susceptibility. Now, to understand why it is called susceptibility, what is the meaning of the word susceptible? Susceptible word means sensitive. So you know what happens in some students will be there whom if you scold little bit also if you scold them, they start crying. And some students, if you scold them so much also, they will be smiling on you. So some of them are very sensitive, matlab very susceptible to external changes. Some of them are not very susceptible. Some of them are not very sensitive. Similarly, look here. If I have two mediums, medium A and medium B, and imagine I apply electric field in both the cases, same electric field. Okay, let me rub some space so that the question will be clear. Try to answer everyone. I hope you have written this. Let me rub this also. So the dielectric polarization is electric susceptibility into the external electric field, right? Okay. Now listen carefully, my question. Suppose I have two dielectric medium, different dielectric medium. I apply electric field to both of them, same electric field. This is same. Now, if A has more susceptibility than B, if A has more susceptibility, electric susceptibility than B, which will have more polarization, A or B? A will have more polarization, because if this number is more, this number is same, this number will be more, na? 2 into 5, 5 into 5. So if this number is more, answer also will be more. So it is very clear, students, that this quantity, it tells me how much the atoms wants to come in the same direction. Here, the dipole moment will be more, total dipole moment, which is dielectric polarization. Since this will be more here, it means in this medium, the dipoles turn very easily. Matlab, they are more susceptible. So that is the reason why we call this medium, this quantity, susceptibility. Because if this quantity is more, it means the medium will respond to external electric field more easily than other medium. Okay, because if this is more, this polarization will be also more. One boy is saying, I don't know the name, HSKSJ. Okay, B is not the answer, because if this number is more, if susceptibility is more for A, this number will be more for A. Okay, students. So I hope you got the point, everyone. Now, Once we have understood, okay, there is something called dielectric medium. How many kinds are there? Two kinds, polar, non-polar. And we have studied what happens when we apply electric field. There will be a induced charges developed. So if this is your dielectric medium, if I apply electric field like this side will become positive, this side will become negative. So one more electric field will come this side, because of which the total electric field inside will decrease. Okay, students, and how much it will decrease is controlled by this quantity dielectric constant, which is defined as electric field external divided by electric field in the medium. In the medium, how much it was? I wrote E naught minus E. So keep this in your mind. Let us do something for now, entrance also. Something for entrance. Okay. I like teaching for entrance also. Okay, students. So I hope everybody is interested to learn about whatever is there beyond the board syllabus. Before I start the entrance, I want all of you to answer. If I give you a sheet of charge, think it is very big. What is the electric field? What is the electric field? I know it is difficult to write down in letters, but can you try, anyone? Electric field due to an infinite charge of sheet. Harsha, Abhishek, very good. So it is sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. If you remember, we used Gauss law. What is sigma? Charge per unit area, which is also called surface charge density. So keep this in your mind. And now, see something very interesting. Imagine I have two plates which has been positively charged here, negatively charged here. And here the surface charge density is sigma. And this is equal to this but opposite, minus sigma. Then total electric field will be how much? Due to this sheet, it will be sigma by 2 epsilon naught in this direction, away. Due to this sheet, it is negative, na? So negative means it will be towards. So both are in the same direction. So sigma by 2 epsilon naught divided by sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So total will be sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, students? So keep this in mind. Let me rub this part. Already we have done this. So if I give you two metallic plates and this side has charge positive, this side has charge negative, and surface charge density is plus sigma and minus sigma, then electric field here, right now nothing is there, okay, nothing. So right now the electric field is, let me mention E naught. That will be how much? Sigma by epsilon naught. Okay. Fine. Now we will put a dielectric in this medium. We will put dielectric, sorry, in this space. So if I put dielectric in this space, please concentrate, plus sigma minus sigma. Now let me put a dielectric. Like this. Okay. So this is some dielectric medium. What will happen? I told, because of this external electric field now, charges will be pushed. So this side will be plus charge. Remember, right? And this side will be negative charge. Let us say this also, is it visible? Yeah, not visible. Let me write it here. So on this side, whatever charge has come, I can divide charge by area and call it surface charge density. But we will call this sigma P. Now be careful with this sigma and this sigma. Okay, here it will be minus sigma P. So this is the charge given to the plates. This is the charges which are developed on the surface. We call these charges induced charges also, or sometimes we call them bound charges, bound, because they are bound to the medium. They are binded to the medium. Okay. So this be very careful. Again, I'm saying, don't confuse with this sigma and this sigma. This is the sigma on the plates. This is the sigma which has arisen due to the electric field. Shri Gauri, it's not visible. For others, is it visible? Shri Gauri, try to little, don't see the message box, okay? Make it bigger and wait for some time. Sometimes the internet connection will be weak. I told you again. So now, these are also like two sheets. Think carefully. See, this is also like a sheet. This is also like a sheet, right? So these sheets of charges will also produce electric field this way, which I wrote EP. How much it will be? Apply the same formula. Sigma P by epsilon naught. Right? So this is the external electric field due to the external charges. This is the induced electric field due to induced charges. Okay, make a note, make a note. Okay, so once we have understood this, let us write formula for dielectric constant. Dielectric constant, capital K. How did we define it? E naught by E naught minus EP. Correct now? E naught by E naught minus EP. Substitute in terms of surface charge density. What is E naught? Sigma by epsilon naught. E naught sigma by epsilon naught. EP sigma P by epsilon naught. In the denominator, take epsilon naught common, then you can cancel. So epsilon naught, epsilon naught, epsilon naught cancel. Right? Okay. Then, have you written this? I hope so. You will erase fastly, sir. Okay, so sorry for that. Okay, but you should also write fastly. Okay, Neeraj, next time I'll take care. But you also write little fastly. Okay. So electric field. This electric field is due to the bound charges. Okay, Neeraj, I will take care from next time. Okay. So little slowly let me rub. Now look here. So this K will be what now? Sigma by sigma minus sigma P. So this is one formula. Suppose I want sigma P. Let us say I want sigma P on the left side. Then what I can do? Cross multiply K sigma minus K sigma P equal to sigma. Take this K sigma that side, this sigma this side. So K sigma minus sigma equal to K sigma P. So sigma P will be K sigma minus sigma by K. If I take sigma common, I'll get K minus 1 by K. Okay, students. So this formula has come in your NEET exams. Okay. So please make a note of this. Again, for board exam, no need to remember this formula. But if you remember this definition of dielectric constant and you know the formula for electric field between two sheets, not one sheet. One sheet will produce sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Two opposite charge sheets, if there are opposite charge sheets, then each sheet will produce sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Add them, you will get sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, let me wait for some time. Can anybody tell me, using this formula, what will be K for a conductor? For conductor, what will be K? Puran, be careful, Puran. Negative or zero. Arey, what answer you are giving me? I'm scared. Greater than 1 is for every medium. Think. For conductor, what I told this will be. This is electric field inside the medium. Remember, no? Arey Baba, you are not remembering only. See what I told. There is first there is an external electric field. Then, because of this external electric field, charges are induced, I told, inside the medium. So one more electric field EP will come, I told. So total electric field in the medium will be E naught minus EP I told. Correct na? Rufia, very good ma. Some technical problem. I have nothing. I am seeing. I have nothing. I am seeing. Okay. Subhash, just wait for some time again. Technical issue will be there. Navya, correct. Navya is correct. How some of you are saying 1 and 0? Sitija, correct. Tahira, how 0 you are getting? Because electric field in conductor is 0, so denominator is 0 na. If denominator is 0, what will be your K? So please understand, this is electric field outside. This is electric field in medium. Now for conductor, this electric field I told is 0. Remember I told this will keep increasing till these two will become equal. Remember or not? So if this will keep increasing till these two are equal, then inside electric field will be 0. Outside is not 0. So not 0 by 0. Don't cancel these zeros now. So this is E naught. So E naught by 0 will be what? Infinity. Okay, students. So electric. So what is dielectric constant for a conductor? Infinite. Hemant is smiling. Why Hemant is smiling? Okay. So please make a note. Very important. For vacuum, if I ask, for vacuum or for air, if I ask, then K will be 1. Because there will be no medium only. No medium. And for air, the effect is very less. So we can neglect the effect. Dielectric constant is inversely proportional to electric field. Mansi, like that, to say like that is okay. Fine, no problem. But better to tell it as ratio of electric field in vacuum by electric field in medium. Okay, please make a note. Now we come to the concept of capacitance. So what is capacitor? Capacitor is name of a device which can store charge, and the property due to which it can store charge. The property due to which it can store charge. That property is called capacitance. So this is a physical quantity. I will give a symbol capital C. Okay, so this is ability to store charge. Ability to store charge. So if a capacitor has more capacitance, it will store more charge for same potential. Now, sir, why you said potential? Let us understand. So look here. Imagine I have a conductor whose radius is R. Spherical conductor. Spherical conductor. Okay. Let us put some charge on this. Let us put some charge. Since it is sphere, the charge will spread uniformly. Let us say the total charge is Q. Then, will there be some potential on the surface? Will there be some potential on the surface? Yes. Potential on the surface of a sphere of the conductor. Of the conductor means always at some point on the surface. At some point on the surface. See, when people say potential of Pankaj sir, it means potential of some point. It doesn't matter which point. Why sir? It doesn't matter because I am conductor. At every point potential will be same. Conductors means electric field is 0. If electric field is 0, potential should be constant. So what is the potential of the conductor? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Right now I wrote what charge? Capital Q. Okay. So this formula we have already derived. Now listen to this, look this formula carefully. If there is more charge on this surface, then there will be more potential or less potential? More potential. Why? Because what is the meaning of potential? Write down this part. What is the meaning of potential? What is the definition of potential at a point? Anyone? Quickly. It is easy to write. Now don't see your EPL and write the definition. Anything that you remember. What is how is potential at a point defined? All are lazy. No one wants to write. Potential at a point. Very good, very good. Oh, sorry, it takes time, no? Very good, Amina. It is with respect to position, but there is potential energy. Guest iPad. Work done to bring unit charge from infinity to that point. Shreyas, wonderful. So what is potential at a point? Is work done to bring unit charge, 1 coulomb charge from infinity to this point. So if there is more charge here, look here. Imagine I am bringing a unit charge. So when I am bringing the charge, if this has more charge, I will have to do more work. Why, sir? Because if there is more charge, this unit charge will be repelled. It will be repelled more. If it will be repelled more, then I will have to do more work. Understood or not? So since if charge on this is more, potential of that will be also more. Why? Reason is very simple. The more is the charge here, the more work you will have to do. The more work you will have to do to bring a unit charge from infinity and keep it here or here doesn't matter. So that means what? That means the more charge this sphere will have, the more work you will have to do. And more work you will have to do means what? More will be the potential, because that is the definition of potential. So from here you have understood that the charge on a conductor is directly proportional to the potential of the conductor. The charge on the conductor is directly proportional to the potential of the conductor. Again, try to understand why. The more is the charge, the more work you will have to do to bring a unit positive charge from infinity to the conductor. And more work you will have to do means more will be the potential, because that's the definition of potential. This is the source charge, remember. So since it is proportional, if I write equal to, some constant will come. No, that constant is what we call capacitance. Capacitance of the conductor. Right now we are talking about just one conductor. Tomorrow we will talk about more than one conductor also. But today we will talk about one single conductor. And don't miss the classes. If you are leaving the class in the middle, you have to tell me repeat once again, sir. Sure, what is there? Look here. But who is asking me to repeat? HS. See, again, you have to write your name. Otherwise, how will I tell your name? Will you feel good if I say your name is HSK, SJS like that? No, nah. So please write your name. Now listen carefully. What is the meaning of potential at a point? Potential at a point means work done to bring unit charge from infinity to that point. That's it. If you have forgotten it, please see the previous videos about potential. Now, I am bringing unit charge from infinity and keeping it on this surface. Okay, because I want potential of this surface. So I have to bring unit positive charge from infinity to this surface. That is called potential, V. Now, if there is more charge here, more work I will have to do. Yes or no? Why more work I will have to do? Because if charge is more repulsion this unit charge will feel. And if more repulsion it will feel, then more work you will have to do. Think about this. If there is earth below and you want to move this from somewhere to somewhere, you will have to do work against the force of gravity. Now think, there is more mass in earth, more mass. Somebody has put more mass. Or you go to Jupiter, no problem, go to Jupiter. So there you will have to do more work or less work? More work, because there the force of gravity will be more. So you will have to do more work than before. Similarly, what I am trying to say is, if there is charge on this conductor, to bring any unit charge from infinity to that point will depend on this charge. The more is the charge here, the more work you will have to do, which means more will be the potential. So the charge on the conductor is proportional to the potential of the conductor. Okay, I hope everybody is clear. Those who have understood, can you tell me you have understood like that? If nobody is understanding, then I will repeat, no problem. Okay, very good. Okay, so thank you. And those who did not understand, now did you understand? Okay, very good. So the more is the charge on the conductor, the more will be the potential. So it is directly proportional. The constant of proportionality is given the name capacitance. Now let us see why it is called capacitance. Why, sir? Think you have two conductors. Conductor A, conductor B. I am saying this has potential 10 volt. This has potential 10 volt. But this has more charge, 2 microcoulomb. This has 1 microcoulomb. Quickly tell me by looking at the diagram, which will have more charge? Sorry, more C. More charge is this one only. Which will have more C? Capacitance of this will be more, or capacitance of this will be more? A. Again, somebody is saying B. How it is B, ma? Look here. V is same, 10 volt. Q is 2 for first one. For second one, Q is 1. So C will be 2 by 10 for the first one. For second one, C will be 1 by 10. That means if you give same potential, then the charge will be more on that body, which will have more capacitance. Understood? So more capacitance means what? More capacitance means more charge it can store. And that's why it is called capacitance. We will be doing learning exercises, don't worry. So that time you will understand more better. So let us now find capacitance of a spherical conductor. Capacitance of a spherical conductor. Okay, students. So look here. For spherical conductor, what is the formula for potential? Equation 1 I wrote. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Equation 1. Now, how we have defined capacitance? Using this formula. Q equal to CV. This formula is so important, students, in this chapter that you have to say it 10 times. Okay. It depends on size. Very good. Chiran from Cordial College, I think. College only, sorry. Okay. It is very important that it will depend on the size. You will come to know now. Wait, okay. So this formula is very important. Okay. So this formula is so important that I want all of you to say it 10 times. Now I know you will not be saying, but try. Q equal to CV, Q equal to CV, Q equal to CV, Q equal to CV. 10 times you tell everyone. Q equal to CV, Q equal to CV, Q equal to CV. 10 times you tell. Now, once you have told 10 times, now you see. Let me substitute this V here. Or let me write from here. Let me substitute, no problem. But this is for only for spherical conductor, this formula. This is for every conductor. This is definition. This is definition of capacitance. So substitute this V here. What will you get? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Okay. So now, I'm rubbing it fast. No, title only I removed. No problem. So now you cross multiply. See what will happen? Q will cancel. Cross multiply. What will be C? 4 pi epsilon naught R. That means what? That means capacitance depends on the size, radius. So bigger radius will store more charge. Smaller radius will store less charge. Uday, I told you to say the formula. Okay. So students, keep this formula in mind. Now, can anybody tell me which will have the biggest capacitance near Earth? Which will have the biggest capacitance near Earth? It's okay, Uday, no need to say sorry. Which will have the biggest capacitance? Near Earth, I told. Why you went to Sun? Chiran. Jupiter. No, near Earth. We don't live in moon and your moon and all you are saying. Okay. Near Earth, the biggest conductor is what? Earth. Near Earth, the biggest conductor. Earth is a perfect conductor, remember. So the biggest conductor is Earth itself. So Earth will have the largest capacitance. Your homework for tomorrow is to calculate capacitance for Earth. So please make a note of the homework. Calculate I am saying, not simply, write the formula. Motherland, correct. So calculate the capacitance of Earth. Okay. Your homework, try it at home. Now we have some 10 minutes. So I would like to discuss something very quickly and then we'll stop. So look carefully. For single conductor, if there is charge Q, then there will be potential at the surface. And how you wrote? Sorry, C equals to Q into V. This formula you wrote, right? What is, sorry students, Q equals to C. I only did mistake. Okay. Now, what is Q? Charge on the conductor. What is V? Potential of the conductor. Right? Now, when I write V like that, V, it means potential. And potential is always measured with respect to reference. Reference. Go back to your first PU. When you say potential energy, which is related to potential, potential energy is Q into potential. Right? So potential energy for coconut, you write mgh. So when you write this formula, if you don't tell me from where to measure the height, if you don't tell me that, there is no meaning of this formula. Okay. Kirti has already done. Very good, Kirti. Now, Kirti, listen to the class. You are busy solving the answer. The potential energy is mgh, we write in school days also. I think you have learned. Now, when I write h here, you have to tell me where is height 0. If you don't tell me from where to measure the height, this has no meaning only. Similarly, students, when I say potential, which is related to position, you all know that. So potential has to be mentioned with respect to reference. And when I write this V, it actually means potential of the point on the surface minus potential at infinity. It actually means this actually. Now you will say, but if it is like this, why did you write like this, sir? Can you tell me why I wrote this? Why this is this only? Why this is this only? Can you tell me quickly? Why it is same thing? Whether I write this or I write this, it is same only. Why? Because potential at infinity is 0. So when I write potential, so this V, this V actually means potential difference between this point and infinity. Okay, students. So this Q is brought from infinity to this point. That is how potential is defined. No, work done to bring this charge from infinity to this point. Now, suppose you have two conductors. This last part is very important. So now we will talk about two conductors. Usually capacitors are made using two conductors, not just one conductor. Suppose you have two conductors and I say here I am giving it plus charge, here I am giving it equal minus charge. Then look carefully. Then can you tell me how I can do this? Is there any method by which I can give one charge plus Q, other one equal minus charge? Is there any method of doing this? How I can do this? Others also try to answer, those who have not done. Induction we can do, but exactly, you have to bring a charge for battery. Yeah, very good. Amina, this was the word I was searching. Battery is the right word. Okay, so if you put a battery here like this, then this plus of the battery will put plus charge, minus will put minus charge. Detail of this we will study, don't worry. But by putting batteries, we can give equal and opposite charge. So that is something you should know. Right now it's okay. Now look here. This point will be at higher potential now, V plus. This point will be at lower potential, V minus. So potential difference, let me write spelling also. Potential difference will be V plus minus V minus. Okay, what is V plus? Potential of this conductor. What is V minus? Potential of this conductor. And if I want potential difference, then I have to subtract. This we will write from today onwards, capital V. So be careful. Usually we write delta V, I know. We put a modulus also. But there was a person called Om, not Om Jai Jagadish, not that Om. Om, okay. He wrote potential difference as V. So we will also start writing that way because you have to get adjusted. Okay. So this V, students, represents potential difference between these two conductors. Now, what will be potential difference? Potential to you told me very good. Another 5 minutes is there. Don't worry. Potential to you know, I know. Potential at a point is work done to bring unit charge from infinity to that point. Potential you know. Potential difference, can you tell me now? Potential at a point is work done to bring unit charge from infinity to that point. Potential difference, can you tell? Potential difference will be difference in work done. No. It will be work done to bring unit charge from one point to another point. Ananya is correct here. So look here. See, again, try to understand. When I write V, potential of the single conductor, when I wrote V. And what does V mean? V minus V at infinity. No. Remember I told you a few minutes back. So potential of a conductor also actually means potential difference between that conductor and infinity, which is work done to take unit charge from infinity to that surface. But I don't want potential now. I want potential difference. So potential difference will be work done to carry a unit charge from one point to other point. Unit charge. So from here to here. Now don't go to infinity. Q VB minus VA, correct. So now you have to find work done to carry unit charge from here to here. Okay. So that work done will depend on this charge. Because if this charge is more and this charge is also more in negative, then there will be more force on this unit charge. So if more force is there on this unit charge, see, imagine I am bringing unit charge this way against the electric field. Electric field will be this way, now. Against the electric field, I am bringing, imagine this 1 coulomb. When I bring this 1 coulomb, what is happening? See, this Q is saying, hey, go back. This minus Q is saying, come back. So minus Q is attracting this side, plus Q is repelling that side. So you have to do work. And if these charges are more in magnitude, you will have to do more work. Did I say very fast? See, if these charges are more, this 1 coulomb will feel more force. So you will have to do more work. And what is work done from here to here? Potential difference. So the point I'm trying to say is even now you can say the charge on this conductor or charge on this conductor, any one you can take, is directly proportional to the potential difference. So it is equal to C into D. So there is no difference in the previous formula and this formula. Only thing is now this V, listen carefully, last. This V is now potential difference between the two conductors. And this Q is charge on the one conductor in magnitude. Don't take total charge. Total charge will be 0. So don't write total charge of both the conductors. Okay, students? So with this, we will stop. Next class, I will try to revise this again. Don't worry. I will try to revise again. But again, let me try to make one concept clear. Before, when there was single conductor plus Q charge, I told I have to bring unit charge from infinity to this. And that is called potential. That is called potential. And I told if this charge is more, this unit charge will feel more repulsion. So I will have to do more work. which means this potential will be more if this charge is more. So I wrote proportional. Correct na? Correct na? Okay. Now I'm saying I don't want from infinity to this conductor. Now what I'll do, I will take this conductor, I will bring charges this way. So now when I bring this unit charge from here to here, if this has plus q charge, this has minus q charge, now the work done from here to here will also be proportional to this charge. If this charge is more, then again I will have to do more work from here to here. Only difference is now the work done from here to here, you have to say potential difference. What difference? Potential difference, not potential. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. So if you have two conductors, you should mention potential difference. Sorry, it is not visible. So if you have two conductors, this is potential difference and this is charge on one conductor. Okay. So tomorrow we will try to find formula for capacitance of two conductors. We did for one conductor. No, tomorrow we will do for two conductors. Uday Kumar and HSKJS are disrespecting teachers. Okay. Capacitance is scalar. Amina, very good question. Potential. Hafiza, you are very hurry to say thank you, sir. Wait, ma, 1 minute. Okay. So some of you are saying potential is scalar quantity, means yes, it is potential only. Why it is scalar quantity? Because charge is scalar, potential is also scalar, so capacitance will be also scalar. Okay, and it has to be a number because it determines what? It determines how much charge you can store. So it has to be a positive number. That's why don't put the negative charge. So we'll stop for today. Any doubts, please mention it. Kirti, I will look after your message. Any doubts are there? Any doubts? Okay. Everyone has my personal number, right? Everyone has my personal number, right? So if you have any doubt, you please message me. Okay. Those who don't have, you can make a note now. But I think I will share it in the group only because some of you, I don't know how many of you are really from EduShine or not. So the first thing is that. Second thing, I have shared one assignment PDF with the students. Only cordial college students have answered and they have sent the pictures in the Google Classroom. I want others also to try. Okay, even the AAC college and Carmel college and which are the other colleges, whichever is there, please try to. Carmel, only cordial has done. So others have not done till now. Please try. The top 20 questions are very straightforward. So at least those questions you should be able to do. Sanjana has already done very good. Okay, so chalo, thank you. See you. Bye. I'll